this is Neha, and today I'll talk about how you can start speaking in English when it's your first day. I know it's not going to be like a piece of cake because we are just going to be all like the on the same path. It's like a process. We are just going to be going through with that one. And I remember that moment when I was like I have to be speak because I used to be say a lot of people on social media, especially on YouTube. So it's become like a something. I just wanted to do that, but I have no idea from where I have to be start, and that was like a concern for me. But from like it's just going to process for me. But right now I'm just going to be tell you the practical tip how you can start with that one. So I would tell you that you have to be start with your routine. I know it seems to be like so easy. It seems to be like what kind of things I'm just going to be talk about, but seriously, it's just going to work for you. You just have to be like a you have to be just give it a try, and after that you're going to know that it's just going to work for you. Okay, so let's suppose you are just going to be your native language is Hindi. Okay, now you have to be take a pen or notebook and you have to be write down your routine in Hindi because your native language is Hindi, and whatever your native language you have to be identify, and I am sure you already know, you already aware of that. So you are just going to be write down your routine in that your particular native language, and after that you have to be translate that in English. Now like you already done with that one, now you are just going to be remember all the things, memorize all the lines whatever you have written, and you have to memorize until you are not going to perfect at that one. Now like suppose you already memorized that, you already done with that one, now you are just going to be speak of. I know it's just going to be something what you have memorized. It's not going to be you are a speaker from you are a speak out from inside. No, it's not going to be like that. But for the first time, for the first day, you have to be repeat that, you have to be follow this one, and you are just going to be repeat these kind of things again and again over for at least like the 3 months, and it would be perfectly fine. You have to be write down something like your routine, like anything. It could be like any topic as well, but you have to be write down in your native language first, and after that you have to be translate that in English. And you can take help from the like the translation, Google Translator, from the Chat GPT as well. Of course, there are a lot of languages like the Chat GPT knows already. If your native language is Hindi or Spanish, or it could be like anything, but you have to be consistent with that one for at least 3 months, and after that you are just going to be no, yeah, it's just going to flow because your tongue is just going to be habitual from a lot of vocabulary, grammar structure, a lot of things are there. But with the time you would come to know, yeah, it's just going to work for me. And I remember my first day when I was so confused and I was like stuck again and again over, and I have started talking, and I was just recording my voice as well. So it was like I have no idea about what I have to be talk, but I was like okay, I have to be speak out, but I was so confused. I have no idea about what I'm just going to be talk about. But for the first time it was so difficult for me, but now it's become like I was doing that particular thing again and again over for at least 3 months. And then I come to know when there was just some event, there was something, and I have to be talk to someone in English because the person doesn't know Hindi, my native language. So I was so confused and I was so like afraid of, I'm not aware of that one, I'm not ready for that one, and that's why I was like no, I'm not going to be do that. But somehow I just saw courage towards that, and I thought okay, let's see what's going to be happen, and I have to give it a try. And then I just started talking, and I was like surprised because I have no idea I can talk in English. And after that I come to know okay, what kind of things I have done. So I come to know that I used to be record my voice, I used to be like written down something in my native language, and then after that I have to be like the translate that from the Google Translator, from ChatGPT. You have to be take help from where you can take. It doesn't mean you are just going to be take help, and but it would help you. Ultimately, you have to be like your goal is speak out, and you would achieve that. But first of all, you have to be write down in your native language, and then you have to be translate that. Then your tongue and your subconscious mind is going to be habitual of it. If you are just going to be do that again and again over for at least 3 or 4 months, it would be enough, and you would see huge difference from towards. And like you suppose you are just going to be, you have to be give some point out of 10 to you after that, so that you can come to know that like you seriously improve or not, or something like that. So I would tell you, you are just going to be do that, write down something in your native language, then you have to be translate that in your in English, and after that you have to be speak out. Even it could be like you are just going to memorize. It doesn't mean, it doesn't matter. What matters is you are just going to be try to speak out, and that matters the most. That's all you have to be do that.